What up, YouTubers? Alright, so I screwed up and I deleted the beginning of my video, the one that I'm making now. I deleted this son of a bitch. So it was the first part of it, and it was kind of explaining what was going on. So I'm going to start this over, and then it's going to tie into my rest of it. So anyway, alright, so the car, took the motor out, got it ready to go, got all the bolts and everything. Got to get it ready to go. I don't know when he's gonna call. Could be any time, but I need him to finish welding a few things. I just plug welded the top bar of my wheelie bars. He's already done the bottom, and then he told me just to get these fitted with a couple plug welds, and he'd do the outsides. He's also got to weld up. I put in my sway bar, anti-roll bar, whatever you want to call it. And the tops are already welded. These were a kit, and you had to weld in the bungs, but the tops are welded, but the bottoms aren't. Sorry, isn't a word. But he needs to weld those up for me, so he's gonna weld those. Ooh, let me get out of here. So he's gonna weld those up for me, and basically I just need to get it ready to go. So put my hood on, got my hood on there. My hood don't fit too well. It's been sitting on the ground on those, so it's caused it to kind of slump in the middle a little bit over the years. My garage gets good and hot, so put the hood on with all the Zeus's in it. That way it pulls it tight. I think the heat will help reform the hood, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But alright, so on to the show. So my trailer broke a freaking D-ring off of it. Alright, brand new trailer. Had it for probably almost 2 years. About 2 years I've had it. I don't even think I've had it 2 years. I ain't had it very long. I'm still making payments on it. So it's not even paid off. I've already had some problems with the damn trailer, unfortunately. Iron Star is who built it. Iron Star Trailers, and yes, this is a diss video to Iron Star Trailers. A diss video. Iron Star Trailers, okay? They are shit. I don't know if they got a kid welding this shit up, which I've seen some kids do some good work. And not to down kids, but it looks like somebody who doesn't have much experience with a welder, because I've not got much experience with a welder, and my welds are better than that. So anyway, first problem I had was this battery box was welded here on like a plate like this. Plate fell off while I was pulling it for the first time with a car on it. Plate fell off with the battery on it, ripped all my damn wires out of this box, pulled it all out, shot out the back of the trailer, and had people cussing me out. You got shit flying out from underneath your truck. I'm like, what the fuck? So, and then kind of shot some paint. That's where that fucking D-ring pulled off. Pretty sure they just welded that right to paint. I'm not sure. But I had a little bitty Honda Accord 2-door on there, and it pulled the D-ring off. I called Iron Star. They tried to tell me that I had the car maybe strapped down too tight, and that made me want to come through the phone and rip somebody's head off, because it's like, how do you strap the car down too tight? That's not even theoretical. So wanted to kick somebody right in the nuts over there. Unfortunately, I was talking to a woman, so I was ready to kick her right in her vag. But sorry, I'm not. If you're a woman, no disrespect, but if I was to do you wrong, you'd kick me in my balls. So yada yada, vice versa. Anyway, enough said on that. So I'm not too happy with them, man. I've looked around the trailer. They've missed multiple welds. All right, multiple. I think I go through it in the rest of this video. I think I show you guys where they missed all the welds and didn't weld, and in all honesty, I haven't even gotten it up off the ground. I'm going to jack the trailer up so that... Sorry, I had a call. I'm going to jack the trailer so I can look around the axles, make sure the damn axles are welded in there right and shit. So, but, yeah, unfortunately, they kind of screwed me around there. I'm not too happy with the Iron Star trailers, okay? Iron Star trailers can bump one off down the road, as they say. Not too happy with them. Definitely not too happy with them. So I'm going to weld some D-rings onto the trailer and get this thing fixed so that it's safe to drive a car or trailer on there, you know what I mean? It's kind of pathetic, man. I mean, real pathetic. I paid like $5,500 for this trailer, an open car trailer. I know it's stupid, but I needed to get a loan so that I could get my credit going. So I want to use my credit so I can get, a loan to further my race car. I know that's crazy, but poor man's way of getting it done. And this trailer was my first loan, so $5,500 was the list price on it, and I think I'm paying close to $8,000 for it. That's stupid. I want to kick myself in the nuts. But you got to start somewhere, and I didn't have anything to put down. Sure as hell wasn't putting my race car up, which I don't have a title to it, so they wouldn't have took it anyway. But sold everything I own besides this here. This is it. This is what I own. So I didn't have nothing for collateral. So without collateral, man, they stuck it in my pooper without Vaseline, and it hurt. Believe you me, I almost didn't sign the paperwork. It was scary. I was nervous as shit. Even called my boss, man, was like, should I do this? And he's like, do you want it? I was like, hey, do you need it? I says, yeah. She looks like you're buying it. I says, okay. I look up to my boss, man. He's a financially very responsible man. It's good to have good people in your corner that actually give a shit. I mean, if he would have thought it was a bad deal, he would have told me to walk away and that he would have gave me the money. But he knows what I got going on, what I'm trying to do. So shout out to Dan Snell, man. He's a good dude. Good dude. Takes care of me, man. Do a lot of bitching. He still takes care of me. It's as hard to find a good boss as it is hard to find good workers these days. But anyway, yep. So, like I say, man, very pissed off. Very pissed off at Iron Star. Called them, gave me a run around, not calling me back. They don't want to make good with me. So, anyway, long story short, I'm going to put some D-rings in this video. I'm going to put some D-rings on my trailer. I got 12 of them. A little overkill, but I pushed my car onto the trailer, marked where I wanted my D-rings for the car, and then I'm thinking about putting like a golf cart or four-wheeler, something that's gonna be able to ride around the track at the front of the trailer. So welded some extra D-rings on for that, and then my buddies and everybody go four-wheeling still, so if they needed to borrow my trailer, there's enough hookups here that they can get their shit on there and do what they gotta do or whatever. If they was to hurt my trailer, I'd kill them, just so they know. But yeah, it's here if they need it. But anyway, yeah, like I say, damn D-ring. Well, how the hell does a D-ring fall off of a trailer, man? That's one of the most important things that you're putting on there, guys, and it falls off. And when I say falls off, the car wasn't even barely strapped down. It was in park. I wasn't going very far. I put some straps on so I didn't get a ticket. You know what I mean? It was not strapped tight. Didn't take much force to break it. So I think that they went. See, I kind of started grinding on this because I thought about reusing it, but I'm not gonna. But if you can see, whoa, dude, that's the super zoom. It's got like metallic in it. How in the hell it's got metallic, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but something. It's either that or it's the black stuff that they put on the steel before they ship it to you. You know, like it comes with a black coating on it. It's the only thing that I can think of is that they're not cleaning the welds. I have no idea. But anyway, their welds are poop. So I'll put some D-rings on that junker, which as you can see, I've already done it. but you'll see the rest of it in the video. Can't believe I deleted that, man. I deleted I deleted my opening video, so this video is all screwed up. I'm sorry, but here's me cleaning my D-rings. All right, so then they came. All right, so all my shit came, which kind of was screwed up. I don't know. I thought I was getting one of those D-rings. I was getting one of those. Not a very big one. Ended up ordering 2 massive son of a bitches and a snatch block that looks like it could pull a monster truck out of the mud. Damn Amazon. So I'm getting these cleaned up, okay? And the reason being is when these things come shipped to you, when they come shipped to you, they're covered in like an oil, you know what I mean? Because they don't want them rusting up in the package, you know? So is what I did was I stuck them in some thinner, and those are still soaking there. I'm just in the process of doing this. I highly suggest that you use Harbor Freight's got these rags. My mother works at a hotel, so I get their old linens and towels and whatnot. You don't want to use a towel because that's going to leave like lint all over those, you know what I mean? These microfibers, they work really good on not doing that, you know? So for instance, these have been soaking I've had them in there for probably an hour, and you can see the black that's still coming off of them. So you don't want to, you know, I kind of take pride in my shit, so I don't want the paint just coming right off of those. And my plan is to paint these D-rings real quick. I got some paper out there on the trailer tape. That's where I'm going to paint them. But the reason that I put the hinge side in there as well is because that's got oil on it too, you know, and this is a very critical weld, so you want to get that shit cleaned up as best you can. Any contaminants are not good, so I soak those. I'm gonna let those probably soak overnight because I'm putting those right to the trailer raw. Let me get one of these out of here. Let me show you what I'm talking about too. I'm gonna take my belt sander here, get that shit off of there. So I'm gonna take my belt sander. See how the one side's kind of decent. I like that, but look at the other side, it's flat. So I'll just kind of angle her on there and burn that side off so that I can get my weld. If I can get that in there closer, let me see. See how that sits? See how my weld will penetrate into that area? I'm gonna probably back all of them off a little bit. Probably put it a little degree, you know, just a little like a chamfer or what do they call that? Right on them sides so that I want my weld to get all the way to the back. You know, I don't want to just weld the outside of it. So these are gonna be done, one clasp or hinge or whatever you want to call this thing will be 4 welds. I'll have a root weld that'll go right at the very top, and then I'll have what I call a fill weld that's going to fill in that gap and remain that, you know, get the outside of it. But you want the weld to go from one side to the other, and if these sit flat, the only thing you're welding is outside to outside, and that ain't good. You know, that's not what you want. You want that weld to get inside of there. You know, you want to be able to reach in there with that wire and get in there and weld that fucker up. So yeah, that's what's up with those. So those are gonna sit and soak overnight, and I'm gonna clean these D-rings up right here and shoot some paint on them, let that paint sit overnight, and then I'll have my D-rings painted completely through where that clasp is I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys, gals, whoever's watching this. In other words, my D-ring will be painted inside of there. These are going to get painted, but there ain't no way to paint the inside. So, like I say, yep, that's what the deal is. Till we get to welding. All right, so it is Sunday. If you notice, I got to change of clothes. Friggin' fucking things didn't come till late. I didn't feel like messing with it. Which probably should have, because it wasn't as windy yesterday as it is today, and I'm not using flux, so I need my gas covered, so I'm kind of having to hold that shit down. But where in the hell's that rag at? Oh, it's out there. But anyway, I cleaned all my things, you know, got them all out on the trailer. Cleaned up the areas that I was welding to. Got them all, you know, grinded them back so that they had a good angle on them, so I can get that weld in there. Had all of them on, click-clow. Had to move some of the wood back so I could get to the edge. That way I was getting a good burn. But these are already done. I've gotten, well, I got 5 of them so far. And like I say, guys, I'm a roofer, not a welder. But I'll tell you that every weld I'm laying looks better than the welds that are on this trailer. And I am not bullonian. Not bullonian. It's taking everything my welder's got, but it's burning in pretty good. Got the welder. That's my settings. I got it all voltage all the way up, and wire feeds around 8, so I'm giving it some time. I'll tell you why here in just a second. I'm just clamping them, putting the clamp to them, you know, getting them clamped good, and burning them bastards in nice and slow. High voltage and nice and slow. Now, here's the trick to welding slow. Alright, here's the trick to welding slow. And the reason that you want to weld slow whenever you're on thick metal is you want it to burn deep, okay? So you want to back that wire feed off, turn your voltage all the way up. Like mine at 3/16 steel is what its max is, and I'm on 5/16. Hence why I grinded back some of that metal so that I could kind of get in there. Well, is what you want is you want to slow your wire feed down, all right? Practice on one, you know, maybe practice on something that's going to give you, if you've really never done it before, you want to practice on something. But you want to turn that wire speed back to where it starts to pop, and it's like, all right, that's way too slow. And then start to adjust it in to where you start getting a good weld, but don't crank that wire speed up, because you want to burn in that metal, okay? And if you're filling it faster than you're burning it, they ain't doing you no damn good, okay? You're just gonna end up with a huge bulky ass weld, and that ain't right, you know. You don't want that. So you want to slow that wire feed down, and you want to get that burn in, you know. So get your wire speed just to where it starts to quit skipping and popping, bullonian, you know. You'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, getting this sucker done. I went over the trailer because, like, I started getting a little freaked out. I kind of went over the trailer, and dude, I ran into some serious shit. I'm just gonna show you that way that it ain't just me talking shit. You know, the proof is in the pudding, right? So anyway, going underneath. So they completely missed this weld right here. That's just not even welded. Look at that one. It doesn't even, it fucking starts and walks away from it. That's just fucking pathetic. Like I say, I'm a roofer. Didn't hit these corners. Didn't hit them corners worth the shit. Half-ass welded one side of this, which you can probably barely see this because of the sun, the way they look. Anyway, half-ass welded this side. Didn't even touch this, so didn't even weld this one. Where was the other one? Oh, back here where this joins. Look at that. That is shit. Alright, and on the other side too. Let's go back over there. This one here, it's got a huge hole in it. Look at that. Ain't grinding none of that out. I mean, this is what they did. Okay? This is structural shit. These welds on this trailer look like somebody let their fucking son practice on my shit. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Not a fan of this trailer. I'm scared to even go back there and look by them fucking axles, man. I don't want to. but I can already see that they missed one weld. They welded across the front of that axle and didn't weld across that one. It's like, golly, guys. People are paying good money for these trailers. You need to slow the fuck down. All right. A roofer shouldn't be putting on welds better than you guys, okay? I'm talking to you Iron Star trailers. That's asshole pathetic, man. I mean, that is pathetic. You know, somebody's buying a car trailer to haul a car on, right? What if, I mean, now typically you ain't gonna haul a $400,000 Bugatti on a goddamn open car trailer, right? But what if one of your trailers broke the tongue off? Wasn't even nothing that they did, broke the tongue off, and you sent their shit into a ditch. Oh well, hopefully they got insurance. Yeah, no. How about you build your trailers better, because this shit is pathetic. Pathetic. So anyway, I did paint the D-rings before I put them on, so the D-rings were fully painted before I welded. Kind of help them from rusting inside of there. But damn, I got leaves hanging out of my hair and shit. Anyway, yep, painted them up. I'll hit these with some paint. But anyway, I feel a little bit better about hooking the car to the trailer. I mean, I really do. I don't know if they're not cleaning the metal properly. That's one thing I can think of, is that they're not cleaning the damn, you know, they're not grinding it before they're welding it. And they think that they're badass welders. Just, you know, you can't. Metal comes, when you buy metal, okay, from a metal yard, scrap yard, whatever. Not scrap yard, but a metal yard. You buy brand new metal. It's covered in some kind of paint. It's not, I don't know if it's paint, but I'll tell you one thing it does, is it clogs up a fucking flap disc quicker than shit. Alright, I mean, it's on there pretty good, and you really got to burn through it to get to the steel. And that's what I think's happening, is I think they're just welding that shit right straight without grinding and prepping the metal, man. And I mean, I'm scared to even pull with this thing. I mean, it's fucking nuts. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. It's probably a pretty good long video. Just wanted to get on here and bitch a little bit about my Iron Star trailer. Iron Star trailers suck. Okay? I could go through the bottom of that trailer and just go, I bet you there's another 10 or 12 welds I could fix. Go through and just tighten up. And it's not me being picky. It's the fact that the quality of your trailer, if the price on the trailer is $5,000 for an open car trailer, that better be one hell of an open car trailer. And yeah, it's a hell of an open car trailer, all right? Anyway, guys, like I always say, love your neighbor. Give them a good old pat on the back. And, yep. Vote Trump. Peace, chick grease.